Okay, let us read some verses from the Holy Quran, inshallah, to start our Halaqa in Shawwal with Quran, inshallah. So like I said, after Ramadan, we tend to feel that emptiness of not being able to connect. But with the Halaqa, Jumu'ah, lessons and classes, inshallah, we can overcome that. So let us read some ayat from the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما والذين لا يدعون مع الله إلها آخر ولا يقتلون النفس التي حرم الله إلا بالحق ولا يزنون ومن يفعل ذلك يلقى أثاما يضاعف له العذاب يوم القيامة ويخلد فيه مهانا إلا من تاب وآمن وعمل عملا صالحا فأولئك يبدل الله سيئاتهم حسنات وكان الله غفورا رحيما ومن تاب وعمل صالحا فإنه يتوب إلى الله متابا صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله الكريم عليه أفضل الصلاة والتسليم اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد عدد معلوماتك ومداد كلماتك كلما ذكرك الذاكرون وغفل عن ذكرك الغافلون اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل وسلم وبارك عليه في الآخرين وصل وسلم وبارك عليه في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين صلاة تنجينا بها من جميع الآفات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات وترفعنا بها أعلى الدرجات جميع الآفات اللهم ارحمنا فإنك بنا راحم ولا تعذبنا فإنك علينا قادر والطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير. آمين آمين آمين. My beloved brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Again, back to being alone, trying to do the technology and the speech. You know, my good friends, they're busy, they're back to work, and a couple friends. In Ramadan, it was really tough. And then I realized everything is in place, but then I realized YouTube was not on, and I have to put it as I'm talking to you. Alhamdulillah, we managed to put YouTube on. Facebook was already, it's easy to log in Facebook. Inshallah, I would like to do what we call post-Ramadan halaqa so we can continue. I am going to take questions and answers after my little introduction today. My little reflection on this Ramadan, the Ramadan of this year. I did not do that on Jum'ah today. In the near future, inshallah, the next halaqas will make it more interactive. I will have guests that you will see in the screen, especially on YouTube. I may not be able to do that. Yes, I'm able to do it on Facebook as well. But on YouTube, it's possible. I will have guests over. I will ask them, inshallah, and we will continue. Once we reopen the masjid, Halaqa will continue this summer, given that there aren't many activities, people are not traveling. Inshallah, we will have Halaqa on Fridays. But I would like to take some questions and also some of your experience in this month of Ramadan. Thank you. You have sent many thank yous. I received many cards by mail. People dropped off, mashallah, cards and gifts. Thank you. Thank you. Really, you're a wonderful community. Especially Sayyidah Khadija Center community. Amazing, amazing. I pray for you all the time. Alhamdulillah. Before I get into that, I would like to again make a couple announcements about reopening. Like I did after Jum'ah today, I would like to start with that. Now, if we reopen, it's not going to be as what you're used to. It's going to be for some time, a little bit difficult. And the reason being, they want to reopen, but they are worried. And they have all the right to worry. If I am a premier, or I am a prime minister, or I am a mayor, I would definitely worry, given the fact that people, no matter what instruction you put in place, they don't like to follow. People do not like to be told what to do and not to do. This is not a human nature. This is the nature, the rebellious nature of some people. They do not like, no matter what, including those who call themselves religious or practicing. This is the sad part. While we are supposed to be, those of us who are practicing especially Islam, we're supposed to be, understanding. We're supposed to be people who value, the principles. We're supposed to be people who really care about the laws, and we're supposed to be people who pay attention to these details. But unfortunately, the reality, my dear brother and my dear sister, people do not like to follow instructions. People simply do not like to abide with the rules. When you tell them, in our experience here, not the majority, just small, very tiny, small minority. When we tell them, please, brother, put your shoes here, put this, do this, sanitize, they give us that look. Not me, but to my volunteers and my staff here, they give us that look like, who are you to tell me? Why can't I do whatever I want? You have that kind of people. You tell them park here, they don't want to park. And this is, unfortunately, this is how they are. No matter what you do, they never like to follow the instructions. They don't like to follow the regulations. This is their nature. Unfortunately, the government and the people in the government, they know that no matter how much strict we are, some people still would want to make wudu here, wash themselves, touch this, touch that, shake hands, do this, do that. And this is what they are scared of, And so the opening is going to happen very soon, inshallah, but it's going to be different, totally different. Why? Because for the safety, and this might last few months. But if it's few months in summer, we're getting again into flu season in October, November, so it might last longer. So how are we going to do this? We will have to have our services, especially our Jum'ah, shorter. We will not allow, not us, but they will not allow children, especially children who don't listen, because they are children. So it's going to be a long time before having children back to the masjid. Don't be emotional. There is a reason why children touch things. They touch, they play, they go this. If they just play basketball, that could be, a dangerous thing. The update I can give you also, Halaqa will be, and we will make people sit separate, but there will be no socializing and moving around and washrooms and all of that. Yeah, maybe I don't think we will be able to have food over here, rather probably boxes. We will see. But the bottom line is, it's going to be different experience. Today was the first Jumu'ah, I believe, in Turkey, in many mosques. And Turkey, their masajid are huge, big, like Indonesia as well. The mosques are huge, big, parking lots and this. So there they managed. Alhamdulillah, here at Sayyid Khash Center, we do have a big space. We can accommodate almost the same number, or we will have to do 2, 3 Jumu'ahs. We usually have 2, but probably our second one will be also as big as the first, and maybe we'll have to have 3 Jumu'ahs. Halaqa is not an issue. Online will continue because we will have very elderly people and children, and especially sometimes their mother won't be able to attend, so we will have that. I'm just giving you an update because some questions are coming in here by email and text. When are we going to reopen? I am telling you, may Allah make it easy for everyone. Classes, the classes, and I see some of the people like Sister Rikaz and this, there will be classes will remain online, especially young children classes. Adults will continue in here, but not the children classes. Because again, children cannot stay still. They like to play, they like go around, so it's not going to work. And according to the authorities, even school will not open, and there is a chance that it will not even open on September. This is the update. You will have to bring your jahnamas, your sajjada. You will have to wear gloves. You must wear mask, and you will have to go through the machine. That inshallah, hopefully, we will have it by then, or you will see it. We are trying to order it, and again, it's costing us almost, with taxes, almost $20,000. We have to, for your safety. It basically sprays you, monitors your temperature, and it's like a scanner, and then you go through. It's also with accessibility for people with wheelchairs. And inshallah, this is how the masajid will look like. It's going to be costly, but there is nothing. Life is precious. We don't want next thing, they say there's an outbreak because there's a mosque or Muslim gathering. We don't want to have that. Inshallah, 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 things will go well. Will this coronavirus go away anytime? I don't know. But I know it's dangerous, and I know it kills, and I know I was in the hospital a couple of days ago in the COVID-19 department because I had one of our dear brothers dying, and the family is like a family to me. I had to be there. I didn't touch anything, but I had the experience of all the masks, and then believe me, I said to the doctors, we have a COVID-19 task force made of the doctors, imams, community leaders, and I said, may Allah be with the nurses, doctors, the assistants, the cleaners in the hospitals, where they have to put all kinds of masks. They put a mask on you, and another mask, and a face shield, and you have that PPE and all this. Ya Allah, you cannot even breathe. I almost had an asthma attack. I don't know how they had it, especially when you have to do the talking. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. And how about the families visiting their loved ones? It's not easy. But I would like you to be appreciative and pray for those people who are giving their lives to save lives. I just experienced 2 hours. Some of them there 24 hours. And many of nurses 12 hours and more every day. And they really overworked, and they are, they deserve the highest salary. They're saving lives. So the point I want to make is this is our reality. And inshallah, we will make it the safest possible. But if we notice people are not listening and doing it, then we will have to do something else, because we don't want nobody to go worship Allah, worship God, and then contract the disease. Now, Saudi Arabia, which has Mecca and Medina, is actually third Muslim country. After Turkey, Iran comes Saudi Arabia, high number. And that's why they're not going to have Hajj. Maybe locally they will have Hajj, but we're not going. We will go into Hajj. We registered this year, but now our company that we go with, they are actually refunding people, and or telling them next year, because there is no Hajj. So we're a special, odd year, and we have to just, be patient, make dhikr, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for, inshallah, faraj. Faraj means in Arabic relief. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make things easy for us. And like I said in my khutbah, please listen to it. It's posted. It should be on YouTube. And here also Facebook, you will have it. It's about survival. Muslims should learn how to survive. Should learn how to grow food in their homes, do sprouting. If you have a little backyard, grow something. You see the vegetables and fruits are going to get more expensive because of the traffic, because of the lack of international workers who come every year. And this is serious. You will see the prices, spiking and going high. This is going to happen very soon, and you are seeing it in the market. You're feeling it because the workers, foreign workers, cannot come because of the lockdown. So situation is not going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. However, we keep the smile, thank Allah, thank each other, keep our iman strong, and seize the opportunity. Seize the opportunity to learn. Believe me, I'm starting a program after Fajr with I cannot do large number. I already have my classes overcrowded because I'm not going to Hajj. I'm not traveling. I usually travel with the family after Ramadan. I have a tradition. We go always 10 days, travel somewhere. This year, nobody's traveling. So what we're going to do, I put this class, inshallah, and I did a very special program with especially those kids that were in Ramadan with us here, and they will, inshallah, finish their Hafid program. There is another class, for sisters that we're starting soon. Just check centerfordeenstudies.com. We have these classes for adults. For children, you can go to aliflamacademy.ca. You'll see some updates, inshallah. Brother Ali Quraishi will put more information for the children up to the age of 13. But for adults, you will see the class. There's also for 13 to 17 special youth leadership program. I strongly advise parents to put their children in that classroom because it's very good. I have the best of my youth mentors. I have Brother Muhsin, I have Brother Max, I have Sister Amina, Sister Ramina. I have all these people who have experience. They're doing amazing programs this summer. Inshallah, if there is reopening, we may have our usual outing with the youth, because with those above 13, inshallah, they may listen when it comes to distancing. We'll try with them, depending on how things evolve, but we will, inshallah, have a very good program for them. But for the adults, visit Center for these Studies in the next few days. You see all the programs in summer. We usually close for July and August. This year we're not. We're going to keep going. We're thinking of a Canada Day barbecue, but of course it has to be drive-through, or if they reopen, it has to be controlled with circles. We will do something. We want our community to be mentally sane, and maybe we used to do picnics in the past. We used to go on cruises here in Ontario, Lake Ontario, but it's very difficult to organize. People don't book on time. Majority is last minute, so we gave up. We stopped doing it because it was difficult to manage. As you know, inshallah, because many weddings were cancelled in March and April and postponed, this year will be a record, inshallah, of weddings in June, July, and August, inshallah. As of this week, next week, we're having weddings over and over with 5 people. The imam, the bride, the groom, and the 2 witnesses. Can you believe? That's how difficult. And we're going to sometimes parks to do the wedding instead of homes. We have to be creative and work with what's allowed. So this is the situation of the weddings. I have 4 weddings are going to happen in a park, open air. So the father and the mother of the groom can attend, the father and mother and the bride can attend, and the 2 witnesses and the siblings. So how are they going to do it? They say they arrange a way. They do it with, they check with the city in Toronto and Oakville and this. They have ways, but we have to work with it. But marriage has to continue. Happiness has to continue. Eid has to continue. Celebration has to continue. This is just temporary. And you know, for circumstances like this, there is always special rulings, special procedures. But we worship Allah all the time. Now, before I open the platform for questions and answers, and of course the discussion, one more point I want to add, which is very critical and crucial, is mental health. And I was going to talk about it today in khutbah, but it looks like some people are really on the edge. They feel very anxious, depressed. And I know, don't blame anybody. May Allah protect you and protect me. I've seen it, you know, family members, friends, community members, it happens. There's nothing we can do about it. But I want you, my brother and sister, to know my position on this issue. We take medicine when we have headache. We take medicine when we have diabetes. We take medicine when we are, sick. When we have pain, we use painkillers. All of that we do. Why? Because we believe strongly in taking the means and having tawakkul, relying on Allah. Now, some people may have physical conditions. And I repeat, please, I'm not a medical doctor, but this is general knowledge. Might be a little bit deep, but by experience. Some people have a medical condition, such as low iron, for instance. Some people may have some hormones, a little bit over or less. That hormone secretion is not working properly. Chemical imbalance. Because we are a biochemical being. If you, my dear brother or sister, your chest is always narrow, you're always fearful, you're always anxious. And I'm telling you, let me make a stop to explain what is anxiety. Anxiety is thinking in the future. Depression is thinking about the past. And I say, Islam says, and science says, think for now. Don't worry about what happened or what will happen. When you start worrying about what happened, you get depressed and shut down. When you worry about what may happen or may not happen, you fall into anxiety. You see that? Depression, anxiety. I want you to be in the now. Think now. Why? The more you think about the future, the more you'll be anxious. And believe me, with these videos they have on WhatsApp and online and YouTube and all of this, they don't help. They don't really make life easy. They are just making things difficult for us. They keep talking about the future, it's this, it's that, the world is gonna crash, economy is gonna crash, there will be no money, there is this and this, they're plotting something, this coronavirus is a made up thing, and they're gonna use, oh God, everybody's an expert. Everybody has become an expert of corona. They should have a badge called Corona Expert. Ya akhi, my brother and sister, let us use our religion, our faith. Our faith teaches us one thing. It tells us, do what you can now and leave the rest to Allah. What happened, happened. If we did wrong, we ask Allah to forgive us. And if we did good, we thank Allah. And if we don't know whether we did good or not, think good of Allah. Think positive. Yes, many of us have done bad things we're ashamed of in the past. And if we were to go in the past, we would correct it. But sorry sister, sorry brother, there is no going back in the past. There is good news. Good news is at-tawbatu tajubbu ma qablaha. When you make tawbah, it wipes out everything before. Unless you owe people things, you have to apologize for those things. Even Allah will not forgive you until those people forgive you. So don't worry about the past. I have many times people say, oh, I used to do this. Will Allah forgive me? Ya akhi, do you believe in Allah? Yes. Do you believe in Allah alone? Yes. You are a muwahhid? Yes. Do you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah? Yes. Khalas habibi. Start a new page. Quran gives us hope. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ. And you just fasted the whole month of Ramadan. And you fasted and prayed every night, including last 10 nights. Khalas, feel good. I don't say feel proud, but feel confident that you're closer to Allah. What is the sign that Allah has accepted our fast in Ramadan? How do we know Allah has accepted? Do you want to know how we know that our fast has been accepted? I can give you one sign. All of you, those who are watching me now, it looks like your Ramadan has accepted. You missed halaqas, you are missing the Quran, you missed majlis al-dhikr. MashaAllah, you dedicated this hour out of 168 hours to come here and join me, MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. Then there's nothing to worry about. How about the future? We don't know what's going to happen. Ya akhi, do we know if we're going to live until tomorrow? I shared the story with my friends this morning. This young boy came to his grandfather and said, how do I know my salat will be accepted by Allah? How do I know? How do I know my salat, when I do it, is going to be accepted by Allah? He said, when you pray, what's your intention? He said, I pray to Allah, but I don't know if He would accept it from me. He said, every time you go to pray, pray as the saying of the Prophet Sallu salata muwaddi'. Pray as if this salat is your last salat. As if you're going to die right now. Imagine you're told tomorrow is going to be your departure from this dunya. It will be the best day for you in terms of worship. Now, anxiety is when you don't know what's going to happen and you're overthinking in the future. There's no need. So this anxiety is really reaching. I'm doing counseling. And as soon as we finished Ramadan, because we were postponing people, but I can't, it's too much. And a lot of them, same problem. I am worried, I don't know. Ya akhi, when did Corona start? In Canada, effectively this lockdown, in mid-March. We heard of it in January and February. I spoke about it in January and when I was in Mecca and I did videos and this. But remember, same thing I say now. March 15, April 15, 1 month. May 15, 2 months. So just we are 2.5 months. And people want to make a life decision and worried, but finances, we're going too fast. We're going too fast. We're really going too fast. I read a letter from a mother. She sent me by email. Her son is in jail. The mother strongly believes he is innocent. He hasn't done anything wrong, but he's in jail. And he's in jail somewhere in the United States. And the poor is a teenager, 19, less than 20, and he's writing to his mother. And he says, the best part of jail when I am alone in my cell. The worst part when I go out and have to deal with the humiliation and people in jail, whether the guards or the inmates, they are mean, they are this, everybody wants to take advantage of you, they hit you, they bully you. He said, the best part when I'm alone, I find peace. Here is someone from jail in a small cell, he finds peace and solace being alone. We are not in jail. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, الدنيا سجن المؤمن وجنة الكافر. Dunya is the prison of the believer and Jannah of the one who doesn't believe. You know, if it's a prison, that means Jannah, the real Jannah for us, will not be prison. So this life by itself was never meant to be the perfect world. It's a journey and we live it and we live in it as travelers. And as I said in Jum'ah, a traveler doesn't carry too much load. The heavier the load, the difficult the trip is. So one of the loads is not only the thing we own, is the problems and the worries. I want to say to my brothers and sisters, my beloved brothers and sisters, stop worrying too much about the future, live now. What do you have now? You have a piece of meat, vegetables and meal. Enjoy that meal right now. Right now you have a book. Enjoy that book to read. Yes, you could do your planning for the future, but stop worrying. You know, they did an autopsy in Germany last week, and they said this coronavirus actually doesn't kill. It is the underlying things, and one of them is fear. And fear is emotional thing because of the hormones. So the virus itself, when it finds an environment of fear and panic, and that creates weakness. Our immunity goes down because of the fear, because of adrenaline, because of these hormones. So we need to keep cool. ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. With dhikr of Allah, the hearts find peace. I will stop here, inshallah. As of next week, we'll start a new series. Today, I just wanted to be in touch with you and tell you about our plans. The halaqa will continue. We usually take a break, but inshallah we'll continue for summer. And I give you updates about reopening. Let me take the first question, and I'm checking both on Facebook and on YouTube. If you have any question or suggestion or anything, please feel free to write it down. Alhamdulillah. So I am telling you, please, my dear brother and my sister, this anxiety business, we need to come out of it. And the point I wanted to make, I took a stop, and that was all of it is a stop. Let me tell you something. Please, I'm going to tell you something. Because of that physical condition you are in, even thinking positive is not enough. It's okay to go to a trustworthy psychiatrist. I prefer psychiatrists. They are very rare, especially in this province. It's a difficult specialty. They are doctors plus specialty of psychiatry. Go and he may give you some, if he's a trustworthy, you know him, give you a medicine that could help you. Because it basically what it does, it helps you. Don't listen to people say, oh, you know what? Oh, don't believe in medicine. No, 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 no. When you're diabetic, they give you medicine. When you have a headache, you get medicine. The least medicine, the best. But sometimes some people are angry. I have people practicing, but the husband is always angry. Good guy. He pays his zakat, he does his salat, he fasts. Not only Ramadan, he might even fast Monday and Thursday. He does even tahajjud, but he has too much temper. For small things, he sparkles. Yeah, the wife says, you know, the husband is like a volcano. I don't know how to calm him down. That kind of people, you need to go to the doctor, see, you know, I have a little bit temper, I get irritated, I'm on the edge all the time. Find out why. It might be something extra you have, you know, in your body, something. Or the wife is always depressed, never smiles, never laughs, never cherishes, never enjoys anything. There are some sisters like that and brothers. Then on the other side, they are depressed. They are not happy. They keep, crying. And many brothers, they say, you know, my wife hardly smiles. She's always down. You know, sometimes they say it's magic. There's no. Go to an expert. If you can find a Muslim doctor who knows our values, our principles. Sometimes they may not be Muslim, but they are believers in God and spirituality, but they're also professional. They will guide you. The world is still good, and the majority is good. So not everybody is there to get your money. There are very professional, nice, kind people in this life. There is more good than bad. Trust me, there are more good people out there than bad people. So don't be overwhelmed with these videos and social media nonsense. Trust me, there are more good people out there. You know, so seek help, please. Low iron causes people to cry for no reason. Immunity is low, causes a lot of things. Again, low, vitamin D, big time. A lot of people don't drink milk. Okay, they don't like dairy products. They don't eat vegetables. They have a very big lack of zinc and magnesium and vitamin D. Those people, eventually, they're not going to behave properly. Yes, they are believers and kind and this, but your body will act like children. Children are the most beautiful thing. But when they are, you know, biochemical reactions happening, they become crying and cranky. It's a no. We are human beings. We are biochemical beings as well. We have a bunch of reactions happening. I'm talking to you, and many chemical reactions are happening. You know, in addition, this room is really hot. I don't sweat quickly, alhamdulillah, which is a good thing. It's a blessing. It runs in the family. We don't sweat that fast, but still, I feel hot. You know, we're human beings. We get affected by heat, you know, by nature. We're very fragile creation, made of flesh and bones, not steel. Subhanallah. But we are a miracle by itself. We are a wonder. That's Allah. They say 7 wonders. We are the first wonder of Allah who created us. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I think I give you good advice. Check with the professionals. Salam, brother. I have a question. Can your feet face the direction of the Qibla when watch TV or just sitting? It's okay. There is nothing wrong, but we try to avoid it in the masjid, in the house of Allah. There is no hadith, by the way. There is no hadith. But Muslims, as a tradition, as a respect, we have a beautiful culture. Not all culture is bad. Most of the culture is good, and it comes from Islamic principles. You respect the Quran. For instance, you know, when I kiss the Quran, I finish, and I may do like this, and put it. This is not part of Islamic teachings, but it's an Islamic culture. As love, respect, and this. Same thing, it's not good to stretch the... Sometimes I'm giving khutbah here, Jumu'ah, And a young boy comes and stretches right in front of me. I find it disrespectful. So I would tell him, sit right. Because it's not a sitting of respect. But if you're in your home and the TV happened to be towards the Qibla and you're watching, it's fine. Listen, it's fine. However, since you mentioned the Qibla, when you design your beds, and I do this in my own house, for my house and my children's house, all the beds we have, if this is the Qibla where you are watching me, I put my bed like this, like the grave. So when I sleep, I see the Qibla. If I cannot do to the design of the room, I turn the head so the Qibla way, so my head is towards the Qibla. It's a good thing to do, instead of sleeping and my feet towards Qibla. But you go to some people as guests, or you go to a hotel, you can sleep, don't feel nothing. It's nothing. Salat, you inshallah will be fine. Okay? Let me take the next question. The women, where are you? The women have to wear hijab when reading Quran. Should we do wudu before reading Quran? Very good. Sister Nezha asking, do we have to wear hijab? It will be nice, but it's not a requirement. I repeat, it is not a requirement to wear hijab. Hijab to wear in salat. But if a woman has wudu and is reading the Quran in her home, it's fine. As a respect, it's okay. But it is not a requirement. It would be the good thing, a rewarding thing to put hijab, but it's not a requirement. I hope that is clear. Do we have to do wudu? Yes. Do wudu before you read, unless you are a person who is always memorizing the Quran and you lost wudu, you can continue even if you don't have wudu, and Allah knows best. Let's go to the next question. Let me go to Brother Max, and I just mentioned you, Max, about YLP, that I'm inviting our youth. Max, if you're listening to me, give me a thumb up. I just mentioned that you and Muhsin and Amina are running the youth leadership program, and we may extend it to summer. We will have a meeting and decide, but this. So how do we know if what we are doing now is the best? Where are this question gone? Somebody pushed it. Oh God. MashaAllah, questions keep coming. Okay, he can listen. Okay, Max, how do we, oh my God, somebody else again pushed. Do we know we are doing now is the best for the future, maximizing your potential? Doing now what? If you can explain. Max, explain your question. I want to be clear. Let me have some water. Okay, Max, explain your question. I didn't understand it. Doing now what? If we are doing now, okay. Oh, like a job. Oh, very good question. Well, I'm not sure if you heard my khutbah today. My khutbah was about preparing for the future. When you have a traumatic experience, or lesser traumatic, let's say this coronavirus has not reached a traumatic, dimension, but what we learned from this coronavirus pandemic, that children who are planning now for career, I believe they should review their plans for the future. Youth especially. Some kids, they want to draw. I want to make a career. There are many youth who want to be singers and dancers and actors. This is the time to wake up. Many musicians, actors, and all of this, they're just sitting. They are told you're not essential. Whereas people who are in farms, engineers, medical doctors, nurses, technicians, people who are doing the heating and cooling, plumbing, people who are doing roads, people who are doing security, the 5 major things. Remember we said 5 major fields: safety and security, health, education, economy, jobs and business, and of course, what was the 5th one? Ya Allah. Education, health, safety, health, education, economy, and Ya Allah, what's the 4th? What's the 5th one? Oh my God. What's the 5th one? Essential thing. Anyways, sometimes you get those blackouts. Okay, those 5 major things. Oh, services, essential services. This is the 5th one, essential services. So people now, if I want to be in the economy and jobs, it's going to be tough. Sorry, my son. Sorry, my daughter. You can do your art and drawing on the side. Do it on the weekends or when you feel like you're in a good mood. But you want to live in, think serious. You know, yeah. That's part, very good. Agriculture, food, you know, she's right, is part of essential services. You know, essential, meaning vital. So agriculture is one of them. Thank you. So people are realizing, I need, wallahi, if I were young, listen to me carefully. This is a tip. And I'm saying it as if I'm talking to my own children. And I said this to my children, but they said no. You know, believe me, if I have time, I would do it. Have a farm and produce food. Farming is the best thing. Feeding. We are from earth, and the first thing that comes out of earth is food. And believe me, and no matter what, you can skip ice cream, you can skip rides, you can skip video games, you can skip basketball games, you can skip everything, but you cannot skip food. Oh, I eat meat. Well, Baba, animals need that food that comes out, and everything comes from the earth. So working with the earth, you know. So inshallah, I will ask you to focus on that. I have a question here. So Max, if we're doing now, so long as you can tell the youth to stick to these 5 areas. I repeat: safety, security, health, education, economy, business, and essential services. That would include agriculture, anything that is essential. Okay, technical services, all of this, natural gas, energy, all of that. Question: while traveling, is it a sin to pray regular salat instead of qasr salat? No, it's not a sin. Very good question, Shahida. Sister Shahida is asking, I am traveling. I don't know if she can travel now, but she's planning, inshallah. Coronavirus is going to go, and she has plans to travel, and people need to travel. I love traveling. It's going to be hard for us not to travel this year, but what can we do? So she said, is it a sin if I pray regular? No, it's not a sin. But you have more reward if you shorten your salat. People came to Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, and said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, ما لنا نقصر وقد أمن. Why are we traveling and why are we shortening salat while we don't have an excuse? He said, لقد عجبت مما عجبت من فسألت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. I was also amazed the same way you were amazed, and I was wondering, and I asked the Prophet ﷺ, same question you're asking me. This is Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, answering the questioner, who said, why are we ما لنا نقصر وقد أمنا? Why are we shortening prayer and we are now safe, no war, no? He said, I asked the Rasul ﷺ same question, and he said, تلك صدقة تصدق الله بها عليكم فاقبلوا صدقته. That is a sadaqah, a charity from God to you, and He gave it to you, so accept His charity. Allah has given us this gift, that when we travel, we shorten salat and combine Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib and Isha. So we are more rewarded. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ أَن تُؤْتَى رُخَصُهُ كَمَا تُؤْتَى عَزَائِمُهُ. Allah loves that you take His permits, His licenses, His like shorten prayer, not fasting when you travel. Do it. He loves you to do it the same way He wants you to do things that He made obligatory on you. So, sister, it's not a sin to pray regular when you travel. And keep in mind, there is a difference of opinion. There's a difference of opinion between imams. Imam Malik and Shafi'i, you can only shorten in a place that you visit 4 days. If you know that you are going to stay more than 4 days, then you have to pray regular. In Hanafi, you can shorten, 2 weeks and even more. And they have approved, but Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Tabuk, he shortened for 20 days. So it's up to you, inshallah. We spoke a lot about shortening salat. Let me take questions from YouTube and I'll come back to Facebook. And let's go to the questions from Facebook, YouTube. Very good question. From brother or sister Ruby says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. I have a question regarding time for dua on Friday between Asr and Maghrib. Some scholars say it's accepted in that time or it's the hour before Maghrib. Very good. They call Sa'at al-Ijaba, sister. Sa'at al-Ijaba. That in Jumu'ah, sometime after Jumu'ah to Maghrib, that there is 1 hour hidden. The same way Laylatul Qadr is hidden in the last 10 nights. The hour of Ijaba, it might not be necessarily hour means 60 minutes. There is a moment. So their opinion, some say exactly after Jumu'ah Salat, when you pray with the Imam, then you make that dua Ijaba. Some say it's the hour just before Maghrib. And some say right after Asr. Here's what I say. Do dua after Jumu'ah, do dua after Asr, and do dua before Maghrib. And instead of spending 60 minutes, why don't you do 10 minutes after Dhuhr, Jumu'ah, 10 minutes after Asr, 10 minutes before Maghrib. Inshallah, you won't miss it. That is when you make dua. Another dua ijaba every day, not only one, is before Fajr. That is the best time. We spoke about this in Ramadan, the last hour of the night. Is it bid'ah? Brother Mus'ab Hassan asks. I have a question. Is it a bid'ah to do dua after fard prayers in congregation or alone? This is something which is asked many times. Sometimes I finish salat, I make dua, and I see some brothers standing up as if they're saying, we should make dua. Listen, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam made dua after salat. Not only that, he strongly advised us to make dua after salat. He also said to Mu'ad, I love you, do not stand up. Make sure after every salat you say, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. He used to say also du'as that we know in the sunnah, such as, Allahumma anta as-salam, minka as-salam, تباركت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. He would say, اللهم لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لما منعت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد. This dua always after salat. He sallallahu alayhi wasallam would do du'as after Fajr for the day, and then dua after Maghrib for the night while being in the masjid. And he would recommend. Sahaba, including Abdullah ibn Abbas and many Sahaba, as you can read in Fath al-Bari, the commentary on Sahih al-Bukhari by Imam ibn Hajar al-Asqalani explaining your question. And he said that the Sahaba said that they learned, and Ajab, meaning the non-Arabs, They learned the du'as from the Sahaba after Salat. Meaning the Sahaba used to say them loud so people can learn. Now, I'll tell you about myself. I grew up, alhamdulillah, in a Muslim country. And I learned a lot of Quran and du'as because my grandfather and many grandfathers and parents, they made dua after Salat in the masjid or out at home. So where are you going to learn if you don't hear it from the imam, from the teachers, from the ustad after Salat? If that is the intention to teach, nothing wrong with it. Now, if here is where bid'ah, when you believe somebody prayed and didn't do it, that his salat is incomplete, that would be considered bid'ah. So some people believe that that dua is part of salat. It is not part of salat. But people who are saying that the people making dua after salat are bid'ah, they are wrong. It's not bid'ah. Bid'ah is to do something that the Prophet ﷺ did not do, and he would refuse because it's not part of the religion. People make dua after salat. When we finish salat, we teach our children. Not too long ago, a little bit over a year, you know, in Sayyidah Khadija Center, always we have a rule. Since I opened this center, I said, when a child is here and an adult, priority is given to a child to make adhan. So I like the children to make adhan. Why? Because if our children make adhan, they will make it when we die. If we only us adults make adhan and never give chance to the children, they will never learn. Correct? Then I said also, after salat, we teach them how to make dua. So after salat, I would call once or twice a day. We have Hafid program after door. I call them, come make dua, and they learn. One day, one guy came to me. He was standing. We finished this. This is what you're doing is wrong. I said, what? He said, you're making dua and teaching kids to do wrong. I said, okay, brother. Did you hear the dua they make? He said, yes. I said, can you be honest with me? And I'll be honest with you. He says, yes, I promise. I said, okay, do you know the duas that they made? He says, yeah, I know some. I said, tell me the truth. Do you know all the duas that my kids here, my students here, our students are making? He looked at me, he said, to be honest, no. I said, do you have children? He said, yes. I said, same age? He said, same age and older. I said, do they know these du'as? He looked at me, he said, what do you mean? I said, I'm asking you a question. Do your children know the du'as that these children are saying? He said, no. I said, I think I have given you the answer if you want to listen to me. You know what? You know, he looked at me, he said, I see your point. You know, I apologize. He was so honest. He was so caring. I'm sure that person really loves Islam. And he was afraid that we're doing something wrong. But when I explained it to him, that's repeated. Sahaba said we listen after salat. You see this in Sahih in Fath al-Bari. Okay, but to believe that you must do or to say these people don't make their bid'ah, no. So it's okay, make dua. Do it privately is definitely better. Any dua, any nafilah should be private. It's even better and more reward. But we do it to teach our people, and we always have someone sick, or someone in hospital, or someone dying. It's a big community, and they come to the imam, they want him to make dua for him. So it's okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, inshallah. I can keep going on this topic. Believe me, I have given lectures on it, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. Let me see what's the next question. Oh, very good question. Brother says, what's the right procedure or proper procedure after Fajr Salat? Dua first or Tasbih first? Either one is fine, but usually as soon as you do Tasbih, the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said you do that after Salat. So I would say you read Ayat Kursi, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِالْفَلَقِ وَأَعُوذُ بِالنَّاسِ. If it's after Maghrib or after Fajr, you do 3 times قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِالْفَلَقِ وَأَعُوذُ بِالنَّاسِ. If it's after every Salat, once each with Ayat Kursi, and then you say Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah 33 times, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar 33 times, and La ilaha illallah la sharika lah, lahul mulku alhamd wa yuhyi wa yumiitu wa hayyun la yamutu bil khair wa qadir, and make dua. If you do it before, it's fine. There is no split. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam does all of this after Salat, it's fine, inshallah. Very good. Sister Narisa asking question. Can you continue Shawwal fast with your missed Ramadan fast? Yes. If you sister or any sister or any brother missed days in Ramadan. Of course, I say missed, not intentionally, because sisters cannot fast when they have their monthly period. So let's say 6 days she didn't fast. If she didn't fast 6 days, and she wants also to fast Shawwal, Insha'Allah, make intention to fast those 6 days in Shawwal, you'll get the reward of the 6 days of Shawwal. And that's it. Because this is opinion of many scholars that if you fast your fard in Shawwal, it's too much maybe to fast 12 days. So say, Ya Allah, and you must do fard before you do nafila. So you fast your 6 days of Shawwal and say, Ya Allah, I am doing them in Shawwal. Give me the reward of the 6 days of Shawwal, and inshallah He will give you the reward. Because remember, it's not up to you. It's Allah who created you that way. It's not your fault. Allah understands. And you're honoring by paying off you're doing your qada of fasting in Shawwal. Inshallah, you get your Ramadan fast qada done in Shawwal, and you'll get the reward of 6 days of Shawwal. And why the sister asking? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, "Man sama Ramadan, thumma atba'ahu bi sittin min Shawwal, kana lahu ka siyam ad-dahr." Whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and follows it with 6 days of Shawwal, it will be considered as if he or she fasted all their life, because every good deed is 10 days. So if it's 30 days, it's 300, 6 days is 60, 360 lunar calendar. So if you do that every year, you have fasted all your life. Let's take a couple more questions. Uncle Jiwa is saying, can Masjid do any support for our seniors, dementia community? We have a seniors program. Yes, please join us every other Sunday. Every other Sunday, we will change, inshallah, as of September, every Sunday. We have a wonderful program where they have physical activity, mental activities, they have some games, and they learn something, and they do also they share food and snacks. Every other Sunday, inshallah, Sister Ramina, Sister Farina, and Sister Farah, they run this program. Amazing program. It's been running for years now. So join that program, Uncle Jiwa, and I'll tell Auntie Nilofer, I will give her details, inshallah. Just tell her to message me, inshallah. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Very good. Brother Omer is asking, my family and I came across magazine and flyers with pictures of Mecca and Medina and with the words of Allah. How do we dispose? You can shred or burn, but do it safely. And there are some services. You look in internet. We have a pile here of old Qur'ans. People bring it. I don't know why they bring in them here. Now we're stuck with them. I have a pile, Brother Nazim, correct? And I don't know what to do. And we're waiting. We're waiting for summer. Maybe put them in barrel and burn them. The guy we're waiting, but they charge a lot of money, to be honest. So there are some people who burn the material for you. Look for those services or shred them, inshallah. Thank you for honoring the name of Allah. That makes me feel very good. Okay, we'll take another question from YouTube. When we are doing tawaf at al-haram, is it permissible if we wear flip-flops during tawaf? Yes, nothing wrong if they allow you. Yes, some people have fragile feet, especially people with diabetes and this. You can wear flip-flop, you can wear some slippers. It's okay, perfectly fine. You could do that. Yeah, mashallah. I think we have covered most of the questions. I may have missed some between here and there, and I inshallah, thank you. A lot of good sentiments being shared about Ramadan. Let's continue this halaqa and classes, and inshallah, our monthly tahajjud, inshallah, will be next Sunday, not tomorrow, Sunday after tomorrow, the following Sunday, which is the first Sunday of the month. We will have tahajjud. You can join us, inshallah, for tahajjud program. Let me go Facebook if there is any more question, and I wrap up because Maghrib in 1 minute. Sister says, I have no place to pray at work. Is it okay if I pray Dhuhr sitting in my car? If you have no place and you don't feel safe praying outside in a parking lot or in a boardroom, praying in your car is fine, inshallah. I don't recommend it, but if you have no other place, no boardroom, nowhere, no cubicle, nothing, and it's not, safe for you, then pray in your car. May Allah accept from you. It's better than delaying the salat from its time, inshallah. I think we covered very much. Okay, sister, how do we know we are not getting paranoid with the safety measures in place? Kids see people around us easing out. Is it advice to continue being safe, or socially should we ease out too? It's a challenging decision for parents. Very good question, and I like to wrap up with this question. A very, very, very important question. Thank you, Iman, Sister Iman. May Allah bless you. And by the way, Iman could be for boy or for man. One of those names, Iman, Islam, Hayat, those, so I would assume maybe it's a sister or brother. Iman, a very good question. You're a parent and you want to ease up. They are seeing the neighbors and everybody. Well, children are children. There is no way you can beat that. And children, they see other kids playing, they want to play. Children want to enjoy. We were all children. So don't judge the children. Children are children. And that's why here in Sayyidah Khadija Center, our priority is always to make children happy. And you ask many children who come to Sayyidah Khadija Center, majority, they will tell you, maybe 99% say, we love to go there because we're treated as children, not adults. But at the same time, it is very difficult to make children follow the rules. How can you balance between keeping them happy and keeping them safe? This is the summary of your question, Iman. It's really very difficult. However, we as parents, our primary responsibility, number one, is to keep them safe. Number two, to give them happiness. So how do we keep them happy on a long term is to keep them safe. If we keep them happy but unsafe, then guess what? We're not doing good for them. They'll be happy for a short. It's going to be like the Quran. فَلْيَضْحَكُوا قَلِيلًا وَلْيَبْكُوا كَثِيرًا. Let them laugh a little bit now and cry later more. We don't want our children. It's true they say coronavirus doesn't affect children, but now they're saying yes, it does affect them in a weird way with some rash, and they say the toes and all of these things. The toe syndrome, they call it. But my brothers and my sisters, we have to prioritize. How can I keep the children happy? The moment you want them to play or have fun, you should be there with them. So if you're going to walk, why did they close the rides in the park? Simple, because the kids will ride on them and they'll touch things, and then your children will come and touch them, and boom, here is the infection. That's the reason why they said we will open the parks but not the rides, because there is high potential for infection. But if we kill this virus by staying home or keeping social distancing until it goes away, then inshallah, soon you'll be able to go to those rides, maybe as early as August or September. But if they say, no, go ahead and play, and wherever you are, have fun, then we have a problem. I know it's difficult. Maybe some of us live in houses, and some of us even live in big houses. We don't feel it. But people living in small apartments. In Eid, we distributed, alhamdulillah, more than 250 meals to different families, including some Syrian families, including refugees, but Sister Nazia, Brother Ruben, Brother Shabazz, few brothers and sisters came back and said, oh my God, there are families living in 2-bedroom apartments, and husband and wife and 3 children, 2 children, and sometimes 3 children, and it's very small places. Living room is so tiny, and kitchen is, you cannot even put a plate on it, small. And they have a very, some of them still in the hotels. We have few families still in the hotels. For some reason, they put them in the hotel, there was some fire recently. So it's a serious issue. We took to some non-Muslim families. There are 7 families, 20 non-Muslim families in Brampton. 7 of them are staying in the hotel. They cannot cook. So we had to take for food that is consumable, doesn't need to be cooked. And I'm telling you, they said they're all cramped up in those suites. For you, they can't wait just to go to the park and jump and play. MashaAllah, if you have a house, you have a finished basement, you have, 3, 4 bedrooms, it's a blessing. But it's not easy and you know what? And how about the people in other countries? I was watching yesterday COVID in other countries, in Syria, in India, in some countries in Africa. It's very, very difficult situation, and they are sitting. We received the pictures. I'll share this you good news, so I can wrap up for Maghrib. We received the beautiful pictures from our Fidya and Fitra. We give a lot of Fitra here, but we give also overseas. And don't mention the country, one country in Africa. And I have the pictures on my phone. And the Imam, who's Imam of Sayyidah Khadija Center, the last day of iftar, of fasting, which was Saturday, it was, or they had it on Friday. Because of some reason, Somalia, they had Eid. Some people had Saturday, and majority actually had it Saturday. There's a few countries, Kenya, Somalia, and Tanzania, or something in Ethiopia, and Mauritania. And they had, the day before Eid, the iftar, 400 families. The iftar was offered by you, many of you from Sayyidah Khadija Center. I had a question, said, look, they're sitting close to each other. He said, yeah, Habibi, they are hungry. They don't even have time to think about Corona. They're worried about whether they're going to live or not. They're hungry. Indeed, the pictures is so sad. These are villages that are, they have drought, no food, no water conditions. I have the pictures. And really, you see them, and they are thanking us and raising signs with our logo and saying, thank you, Sayyidah Khadija Center. Maybe I'll share them, inshallah, on Facebook. I'll post some of those pictures. I have to talk to them. But this is the situation. So yes, it's hard to go back to your sister. How do we balance between happiness, to make them happy and have fun, and keeping them safe? I would say, go with safety first, and try as much as you can to keep a smile on their face. This is my humble answer. It's not an easy answer. May Allah bless you, parents. May Allah reward you. Jazakumullahu khairan. I will stop here, inshallah, with the dua. You probably want to hear the adhan. I'm going to make the adhan for Maghrib and say Salamu Alaikum. May Allah bless you. I think we answered all the questions that I could see. I don't see any more on Facebook, inshallah. If your son wants to join Islamic studies, yes, tell him to go to centerfordeenstudies.com, registration, and mention your name, and inshallah we will communicate with him. Jazakumullah khairan. Let us make dua before I pray, make adhan for Maghrib. Please pray for my cousin, my uncle. He's the eldest of my uncles. His name is Muhammad, and of course last name is me, Salimi. He passed away at 8 o'clock on Eid day, which he died, alhamdulillah, pleased with his daughters, pleased with us, and he spoke to his brothers, including my father. He was a good man, very kind-hearted, charitable, good man. May Allah bless him. He loved Mecca and Medina so much. He loved to do Umrah. He did a lot of good deeds. I like to mention good things about him. He died same time, Sister Rafina. She's the wife of our very good dear brother Barry, and she's a wonderful sister here at Sayyidah Khadija Center. She's a wonderful sister. Her Mamu. Mamu means her uncle from her mother's side, versus Chacha. For those of you who don't know what Mamu. Mamu means Khal. Khal versus Am. Okay? Am, which means Chacha. He died also same time as my uncle, in the morning of Eid. Okay? Brother Wali, Hassan Wali, our very good, his brother Muhammad Afzal also died. Diab Yusuf also died. on Monday. Zihin Jahoram died. Jamil Khan died last week because of COVID-19. So, and of course, the one who died, the mom of Sister Rafina is Nasir Muhammad. اللهم ارحم موتانا يا رب العالمين وموتى المسلمين. اللهم ارحم جميع موتانا. اللهم اغفر لهم. اللهم كانوا محسنين فزد في إحسانهم وإن كانوا مسيئين فتجاوز عن سيئاتهم. ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. Okay, and inshallah for all those who are sick, Allahumma shfihim. Please, special prayer for Brother Kifayat Muhammad. Brother Kifayat Muhammad. And some names came, but I don't have the phone with me. Today, somebody at 2 p.m. sent us for his relative. May Allah give him shifa ya Rabbil Alameen. But our brother Kifayat Muhammad is in palliative care now. And you know what palliative, Allah give him shifa ya Rabbil Alameen. But our brother Kifayat Muhammad is in palliative care now. And you know what palliative care means. I don't have to explain. So our prayers go out for him. You know him, he always here, taking your donations, guiding you for many years here. Brother Kifayat Muhammad, may Allah make it easy for him. If it's agony of death, may Allah make it easy for him. For all those who are sick, and I have a long list, whether COVID-19 or not, may Allah give them shifa ya shafi ya kafi, ishfihim jami'an ya arhamar rahimin. Wa salli Allahumma sallam ala Muhammad, and let us pray Maghrib. I'll make adhan, and then we stop the broadcasting. Correct, Brother Nazim? Would you like to make adhan?